best friends. So check this out. First of all, I just want to share with you guys about AI. Okay. I know that when something is like super new or brand new or whatever, people tend to do the most, right? And so I'm going to help you with this whole process, if y'all don't mind. AI. If you've ever struggled with AI, you're in the right conversation today. I promise you. For those of you that's new here, my name is LaNette Kincaid, the author and also writing coach. The reason why I wanted to have this conversation about AI because a lot of people, especially when things are new, it's almost like opening up something for Christmas, if I can just be honest, right? And when things are new and you don't quite have it together, but you want people to think you have it together or you feel like you have it together, um, that's exactly what's happening with AI right now. Okay. So I wanted to share some tips as far as how to use AI more effectively and also some of the things that we're doing with AI that we need to stop doing. Some of the things that we're doing with AI that we need to stop doing. So the first thing, and let me just share this. As you come into this live, do me a favor, like, share, comment, and also this is a YouTube channel, so please do me the biggest favor ever and subscribe, okay? I think we're up to like 476 subscribers. My goal on this app was to at least get to 500 subscribers. So can y'all help me with that? Thank you so much. Thank you kindly. All right. So the first thing, I think people struggle with AI a lot because number one is the communication gap. Okay. We forget when we're using AI that AI is not a human. AI is robotic. I don't care that people are allowing AI to translate them speaking in tongues, but hear me out. Okay. AI is a robot. AI is a robot. Come on back. Come on back. Come back to reality. AI is an actual robot, okay? So it's a communication gap. A lot of people struggle with AI. And thank you so much for liking. But a lot of people struggle with AI because they forget that AI is not a human. AI is a robot. And so a lot of people struggle with how to give AI or how to use AI because they forget to use those commands. The one thing that I would say is as you're using AI, make sure that you are speaking effectively. You know, you can actually talk to it or you can type, okay? But make sure that you're telling them your ideas and everything that you're wanting to happen or what you're wanting to write in order to get back a full command. Okay. So the first thing is there's a big communication gap when it comes to AI. This is the reason that people struggle. Okay. If you ever think about yourself, the one thing that I suggest is act as if you are like an employer and it's some things that you're needing done and you're just basically, delegating what you're wanting done. Okay. The other part that people struggle with, so the first part is people struggle with AI because of the communication gap. You don't give AI enough detail. You don't give AI enough information about where you're wanting to go. Okay. Tell AI exactly where you're wanting to go with whatever project you're trying to do. The second thing is the expectations. Some of us are giving AI, you're going back into the fact of you're thinking that AI is a human and AI is not a human. AI is a robot. And sometimes for some people that could be a great thing. But one of the things that I would say is you're expecting so much from AI and that's it. So what I'm seeing online a lot is people are just putting the commands out there and whatever AI gives it, that's what they're copying and they're pasting and they're putting on their social media outlets or they're putting that in their newsletters, right? But y'all, here's the thing that I want to share about AI. AI is leaving clues about you using AI. And one of the things that I say is you want to make it like you're actually writing the letter. Nobody wants to feel like they are getting an email from a robot. They don't want to feel that. It's okay to know the possibility of it, but we don't want to know that I'm opening this email and it's actually going to be from a robot. Okay. So the whole point of AI is to feel like, to make it genuine. Okay. It's not supposed to feel robotic. Can I say that? Okay. So a lot of people are just copying and pasting. You're not, making it more humanized. A lot of things that AI is doing is the M dashes. Oh my God. M dashes. Like, yo, nobody really writes like that. That is so robotic. Start asking AI, hey, could you not use the M dashes? Okay. The other giveaway for AI is the emojis. Okay. When you're sending out an emoji, every other line shouldn't start with an emoji. When you're sending out a newsletter or an email or something like that, every other part of your email shouldn't start with an emoji. Okay. Because keep in mind, depending on how you're sending out those newsletters, some of those emojis don't even translate into those files, right? So we're looking at all of this and it looks a hot mess. Okay. Can I say this about emails? When you're sending out a newsletter, please practice and send a test copy to yourself in order for you to see exactly how you look. We'll talk about that see how it looks. We'll talk about that some other time. So take out the M dashes, take out the emojis, and the last and final thing is take out the asterisks, y'all. That is not normal. No one writes like that. So the expectation for a lot of people can't use AI because their expectations for AI is super, super high. Okay. You just basically put the information in there, whatever it gives you. You don't check it for punctuations. You don't check it. I mean, again, it is a robot. Okay. It's not that human eye. So you still have to go back and make sure there's no mistakes, especially if you're using AI in the workplace. If you're using AI in the workplace, baby, please make sure that you're doing a run through just to make sure that it has your voice. Okay. And thirdly, the third thing is a lot of people get overwhelmed by AI. You don't really have a strategy, is basically what I'm saying. Okay, the number 3 thing as to why AI is not working for you is because you don't have a strategy. You come to the table with absolutely nothing, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But then when AI gives you everything, have you ever seen that where you put just a little bit of something in there and it gives you so much, and you don't really have the strategy for AI because it's so overwhelming? So the one thing that I would suggest is before you use AI and put your command in AI, have some sort of strategy. What is it that you want it to look like? Okay. What do you want the command to look like? What do you want the end result to look like? So just keep that part in mind. So my points about AI in general, has to recap. One, okay, the first thing is it's a communication gap. Okay, you're not telling AI enough. The second thing is you're allowing AI to do everything instead of realizing that, okay, I'm using a robot. It's just like an extra person, right? I'm using a robot, but I shouldn't allow the robot to do everything, which is what a lot of people do. Okay, keep in mind that if you're using AI, that is a partnership. Okay, that is a partnership. And once you start looking at it like some sort of partnership instead of just allowing it to do everything, it will work for you. And thirdly, okay, you're getting overwhelmed because you're just putting a little bit in there and you're not coming to the table with a strategy. Have a strategy in mind. For example, I had a friend recently, which I thought was an amazing blazing idea. I had a friend that use AI as the board of directors for an imaginary company just to see how that would work. Have you ever tried that? Because that would be dope. But anyway, it actually created like a 10-part board of directors for this imaginary company. So part of it was the president, the vice president, and they all gave advice like, an actual board. Now, the coolest thing about that is you have to come to the table with a strategy, though. Like, it's not something that you would be able to do. A lot of people just say, hey, look at I saw someone that recently they posted that they had used it for their profile. That's amazing, right? But the ultimate thing is you're not telling AI what you want, like the end result of what you want. I want you to create my profile or reconstruct my profile because I'm now wanting to monetize on social media. Does that make sense? Y'all put it in the comments. I really want to hear like some crazy things that has happened. And I'm literally seeing across social media where people are literally using AI to kind of take over their social media. They're taking over their posts. But the ultimate thing is you still have to input yourself into AI. Okay. And when I say input yourself, I'm meaning put your own voice into AI. Don't allow AI to just take over. Okay. One of the things that I would suggest, and this again is just suggestions, one of the things that I would suggest, especially for a business owner, especially for anybody that is just starting out on social media, I would suggest for you to ask AI to create posts for you. However, make sure that you include the word engaging. Okay? Because if you're just saying, hey, AI, do me a favor, create a post for me, it's going to do just that. But remember, you need an end goal. What is the end goal you want from AI creating your post, right? So that's the only thing that I would say about AI. I got the question the other day, which I wanted to answer it here as well. Someone asked me, would I use AI to write a book? I would personally use AI I wouldn't use it to write like a chapter book. Let me just go and put that out there. However, I would use it, if I was to use AI to write a book, I would use it more for like maybe an ebook of some sort. Okay. I got the question of would I use AI to write a book? The answer is no. However, I would use AI to write maybe an ebook or something like that. Okay. The one thing that I would say to you guys, while you still have this extra tool at your fingertips, use it to benefit you. Okay. The other question that I got recently was about using it for college homework and papers. I personally, again, and y'all know I just got my degree, right? My master's degree. I just got my master's degree. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's just so overwhelming to think of me walking around with a whole master's degree. Anyway, let me get back on track. So someone asked me, would I use AI to write documents, papers, things of that nature? And I would say, absolutely not. Here's the reason why. One, you don't want to use AI on college work because instructors are using this system that can detect AI, right? The other thing about that is, why would you spend your money in college in order for a robot to write? The whole point is when you get to a college level, collegiate level of your schooling or your academia, you want to be able to show your work and your brains, okay? This is not the time to shine with AI, okay? There are also people that have attempted to partner with me that we write papers, right? But at this point, you don't even know if they're not using AI. Okay. You also don't know if they're not plagiarizing, right? So y'all don't risk it. Don't risk it because you can get kicked out of school depending on the school. It's not worth it. You don't want to ruin your name in college based on trying to use AI. Okay. If you have an employer and your employer tells you, hey, I need this written up, but don't use AI. Y'all don't use AI. Like, it's not that difficult. Okay. Um, I think that's all I want to say about AI. Again, for those of you that just came in, my name is LaNette Kincaid, the author and also writing coach. I appreciate you guys for chiming in. Make sure that you're sharing this video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And also, if you have questions, please leave your comments and questions. I would love to connect with each of you, and you're able to connect with me at writingcoachlk.com, writingcoachlk.com. You're also able to follow me on platforms at Writing Coach LK, Writing Coach LK. And I'm also on LinkedIn. Can y'all believe that? I am on LinkedIn. Like, literally, it's a whole thing. So, anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate you guys, and have an amazing, blazing day.